Say a little prayer for you. A moment I wake up before I put on my makeup. I say a little prayer for you. Welcome
Good morning, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Adam.
Today is Tuesday, April 22nd, cycle day 3.
God, today's lunch features rotini pasta with chicken and broccoli alfredo and a tuna roll.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Canceled tomorrow after school. Again, the Chinese Language and Culture Club will be canceled tomorrow after school.
We have sports teams in action today. The boys soccer team has an away game against Cordell at 4. Players should be dismissed at 2:15 with the bus departing at 2:30.
The girls soccer team has a home game against Eastern York at 4 o'clock.
Finally, the track and field team has an away meet at Southwestern at 3:45. Athletes should be dismissed at 2 o'clock with the bus departing at 2:20. We wish all athletes the best of luck.
Today we send happy birthday shout-outs to Mason Carmen. We hope you have a great day.
We now go to Mrs. Ryder and Mrs. Welker for Tuesday trivia.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Mrs. Welker.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So I don't know if our students know this, but every subject in our school, like math, science, social studies, every subject has a teacher who is the leader, and you are the leader of ELA.
Yes, I'm very lucky to work with great people. Thanks.
So I don't know if you know this, but I bet our students know that there's an ELA PSSA that starts tomorrow.
What?
Did you know that?
I did.
You
I
did
did.
know that. I know. Yeah. So that's going to be. There's 3 parts. So 3 days. We do 1 part each day. 3 parts. So it's going to be tomorrow and Thursday and Friday this week. Our students are going to do the ELA PSSA.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We've worked really hard all year long, sharpening our reading and writing skills. So I'm excited to show it off.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity, because our school's scores are put, now they don't say like individual student scores, but as a school, those scores are reported out. So other schools in the area and in the state are going to be able to see how we do. And you're right, it's a great chance to show off all of the hard work that our students have done all year long.
Yeah.
So when we think about how to prepare for these tests, obviously students have been preparing every single school day, really, since the start of the year. But just a couple of other tips, make sure you get a good night's sleep tonight. I was reading this morning that the average middle school student should get between 9 and 10 hours of sleep every night.
Wow.
Do you think our students get that much sleep?
I don't know about them, but I definitely am. Maybe 12 some nights.
Oh my goodness, yeah, sometimes. So make sure you get a good night's sleep. Maybe eat breakfast. All of our students can get free breakfast here at school. And really, just once that test is in front of you, just try your best. Your teachers have worked really hard to prepare you. Mm-hmm. You have worked really hard to learn all of your reading and writing. And I think they're going to do great.
They are. I'm really excited to see how you all do, but I know you're going to do well.
Another reminder, no cell phones, smartwatches, really any kind of electronic device other than your Chromebook. Most of our kids are testing with the Chromebook. Mm-hmm. So our recommendation is all those other electronic devices, leave them at home. Yep. I know for some of our students, maybe that's not realistic. Maybe for one reason or another, they have to bring those devices. So what we will ask you to do, or the teacher who's in your room with you will ask you to do tomorrow, is if you have an electronic device, you're going to turn it off, make sure it's off, and then it's either in your backpack or locker. Those are normal school rules.
Yep.
But then if it's in your backpack, we're going to sit all the backpacks out in the hallway.
Yeah, and it's totally safe and secure. There are only adults out in the hallway, and they escort everyone, so you don't have to worry about your things being taken.
Yeah.
It's best to just keep it completely out of the room.
Yeah, because if any student needs to, say, go to the bathroom, an adult is always walking with them during the PSSA.
Yep.
So everything will be totally safe. But what we don't want is, sometimes some folks from the state show up. They actually did it last year. Mm-hmm. They show up just to make sure we're following all the rules, and we certainly don't want them to find any of our students with a cell phone or other electronic device.
Right.
Yeah, I hear there's like fines and stuff that go with that, so we don't want to worry about that.
No.
As far as the test itself, A lot of the questions will be multiple choice, and just make sure you answer every question to the best of your ability. Read the question. If you're not totally sure, make your best guess. They say it's better to guess than leave it blank.
Absolutely. And you can flag questions that you're not too sure of and go back to them and try again later, but before you submit, try them all.
Yep. And there will be, if you're testing online, a screen at the end of the test where the teacher or the adult who's in the room with you, they're actually going to look at that screen before you turn in your test to make sure it'll show every question if you've answered it.
Yeah.
That way we know that nobody is turning in a test with unanswered questions. Okay. And then on a couple of the ELA days, there's an open-ended response where you get to show off your writing skills. And what do you have there?
I have the writer's checklist with me. So you can pull this up digitally, and you get a paper copy of it still, right?
Yep.
So you can look at this the whole time that you are answering your TDAs and make sure that you are doing all that it's asking you to do, and it will even give you insight into how they'll score your response.
Yeah, so if we look in here, I think it tells you, doesn't it? Like exactly what you need to do to get the highest score on the test. And I heard we were meeting with someone from the state who is really good at understanding where all these scores come from. And he told us that you can get either the highest score, most students, the highest score or like the next to highest score just by like thoroughly answering the question. Even if maybe your answer isn't what they were looking for, if you are writing something and you're using some evidence from the text, they've heard of that, right?
Absolutely.
Evidence, they know what that is. Okay, so as long as you're doing that, you're gonna get, I would say probably at least half of the points.
Yeah, we always say just justify your answer. If you can do that, you're halfway there.
And who knows, maybe if it isn't really the answer they were looking for, maybe they'll be impressed that you came up with something they didn't even think of.
Yep.
Yeah, could happen. So that leads us, anything else we wanna say about PSSAs?
Good luck. You'll be great. Just go in with confidence and make us all proud.
Absolutely. That was so inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, you're just going to try your best. You're going to be great. You've practiced all year for this. I want to make sure my phone is ready to go here. So we do have a trivia question. Has to do with that writer's checklist, so I hear. Do you think any of our students have looked at that yet?
In some of the training, I think it's been pulled up, but I don't know if they've studied it yet.
Okay. So
One night to study.
This might be a tricky one. The question is, what email or number should we take? Are we having technical difficulties? Okay, we're good. We're back on. Okay, emailer number 5. Here we go. The question is, according to the writer's checklist, what is the highest score a student can get on the TDA?
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I think maybe the answer popped up on the screen on the announcements, but I'm not sure. So if they were paying attention, they may have had a free hint. All right, let's see here. Oh, riddle number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We said number 5, right?
Yep.
And that is correct.
Not an ELA teacher.
I was going to say I thought it would be an ELA teacher. Uh-oh. I thought my phone was going to have a case of the Mondays, even though it's not Monday. I think it's working.
Good morning, Gaiman.
Hi, who is this?
This is Gaiman on Team Legacy.
From Team Legacy, good morning. What is the answer?
4.
It is. Is that a question or an answer?
No, it's the answer.
Good job. The answer is 4. I don't know. Mrs. Gaiman sounds a little bit upset about that.
No, they're very shocked.
They're shocked.
They're just in shock.
Exciting.
Well, great job, Team Legacy. Spirit points for them. Everyone, I am so excited for our PSSAs the rest of this week.
Yeah.
Do your best. You're going to be awesome. Have a
Good
great
luck.
day.